Hi, my name is John Fairest, and today I'd just like to take you through one of the challenges that I've encountered dealing with forms. Now, forms are something you'll find on many a website because they actually provide us with the opportunity of collecting information from our visitors to actually give us the opportunity of engaging with them. The forms can go into something called CRMs and also can go into something like email, spreadsheets, etc., giving us the opportunity of engaging back with the user to find out their requirements. Today, I'm just going to look briefly at some of the options that might be available and how you can actually get the best deals and pricings that might be available in various locations. So, without what I will do is share our screen and show you the first form. Now, in this instance, I have a form here. This is in Elementor, and I'm using an Elementor option. You can see here we have email, text areas, telephone, radio, select, checkboxes, acceptance. But the one thing I can see that is missing from this complete list is the option on actually paying for the products. So we know that this is the Elementor form builder. We can see it provides us with lots of options, including our contact forms, etc., keeping in contact, and really sending out newsletters, etc., converting users. We can see on this description here that it covers a lot of different key subjects. But the one thing I don't see necessarily from this promotion is the option to actually sell the products maybe in the way that you want to do. So that can be a problem. What is the costing involved in this particular area? Well, we can see that we can start off on one site for $59 per year as the essential starting point. And then if we go up to three sites, we're looking at $100. Is that comparable with based on the Elementor concept? Do we want the entire site builder from one provider, or are we looking at using other software as well? Well, you might be interested in looking at, for example, Jotform, where you can get the three on the starter for free. That may well meet your needs if you've got the one site and you've only got the five forms. Um, you might find there are some additional factors. The 100 megabytes worth of space may not be ideal. They talk about the best value, but once you're hitting $34 a month, you may find that you wish to look at having additional users or additional factors in comparison. $39 a month billed annually. Again, you're having to take into consideration that you're paying for the full price for the year. So other options could include Ninja Forms. Now, Ninja Forms, even on their unlimited sites here, have free download, a number of different options, and I would say this has quite a good supply on the free options that are better than some of the other packages that you've already just seen. So the next thing we can look here is Jet Form Builder, which comes at $49 for the year. And then upgrades as you go for more sites. But again, we are looking at a yearly fee for this to actually operate, and we're looking at you putting your forms together on your site yourself. That's not including the actual creation of the form that you're after. This is just the form itself as a license. So, like many of these different packages that we can see here, we have WP Forms, another well-known product, $49 for the year. Again, usable on one site, lots of unlimited options there. Again, you're looking at having to go through the form, create the form yourself to meet your needs. If this is something you're comfortable with, that's great, but these are considerations you may wish to have. On the next section, I'm looking at Forminator. Forminator, again, a well-known product. You can, in actual fact, in this instance, be paying for a monthly plan. Some people will have that particular option, um, which can be useful. It does actually allow conditional logic. Conditional logic can be very important, only providing information for the particular section that you want to go into. So, for example, if you're looking at a particular service, it'll give you the option of selecting a little bit more information on that service, but hiding all the additional information unless you say you're interested. This can save the individual user some time and energy in looking at the whole options that might be available on a form. We don't want to bombard a user. We want to make it really practical. So that's a number of different options for you. There is the option with Forminator Pro to actually look at design, the CSS, that's cascading style sheets, to make informed decisions as to how you want that information presented. But now I'm going to go to something slightly different that I found just recently. FormNX, right, so what does that provide us? This provides us with a whole bunch of different forms. And this is something I really like. A themed option here, registration form, so we can look at any of our feedbacks, our reviews, quiz, whatever it might be that you're actually after. You might be running a training system, and here you have your online option here. Let's have a look at the preview. There we go. The preview is all there, and you have the option, if I just move my screen there, to use the template. Does the template look simple? Let's have a look. So if I call it registration event and I create the form here, just click on this button and we have all our options here. Loads and loads of different options, including GDPR, terms and conditions, etc. We then have, and this can all be built for you. This is the beauty. We actually provide that service, email signatures, HTML options. We can even add your YouTube option, your YouTube explanation video within this form. Now, that's not something you see in all the forms. You have a countdown timer. Maybe you want to give a really good call to action within a given time frame. This is an option within this particular option. We also have the form calculator. What benefit does that bring you? Well, that brings you the benefit of being able to add your bill to just sliding in there. And you can see how simple it is. We can take various things. For example, if we had pricing structures here or products, we could add like registration fees. We could just add something to there. And as you do that, you would actually add that calculation to give you a price, which is really helpful. And in this instance, as you go down, you can see options to make it read only, in help text, if that helps. Lots of small options that might be really available. And we can actually save that very quickly there if we wanted to. We can also, within this factor, we can actually change our currency. So lots of these form systems are set in dollars, which is often the where the provision comes from, dollars. We can change that to pound sterling if we wanted to. Another key option here, and this is really important, we can look at integration. So what does integration allow us? Let's have a look. So integration looks at Stripe, the option to make those, receive those payments and donations here. We can interconnect that into Stripe. We can interconnect into MailChimp if that's the system that we use for sending those all important emails out. We can integrate this into Google Sheets so that we get the data that we want coming back. And we can also integrate this into our Google Calendar. And that's all, with use Google Calendar with our forms. A great integration. Okay, so with this particular option, I'm also looking at what we can do in terms of promotion. So we have a direct link for our form here if you want to use a link. Social media, you can share this on Facebook, LinkedIn, etc., even Twitter. You can use a QR code. What a great way of doing it. The thing I love here is the option to embed onto our website. And I use this on one of the sites I've got at the moment just to collect information. It turns up in a pop-up. Really good way of doing it. And there you go, your auto pop-up positioning. What a brilliant solution to this. And we can actually build and integrate this into our website. So we were looking at costs a short while back. I'm looking at £49 and I'm only going to pay that once in my life. I kind of like that. That really works for me, etc. So I am at the moment really recommending that people really look at their forms as their option, because I think this is going to be relevant to people. And have I used all this? Yes, I have. Look, I'm actually using this myself to provide information, to actually show people what's available. Here's a view of it myself. This is one I've created for myself. Links, etc., available, and you've got a series of questions, etc. Contact details, nicely presented, really relevant to the customer that I might be trying to attract. So, ladies and gentlemen, the number of form options that are available to us is quite wide. We have the option of building the form to meet our needs. We can, in many instances, change the styles. The user interface or UI, which you see featured in a lot of these promotions, are really useful. Conditional logic really can make a lot of difference. The design of where those questions are going to be. You'll want to have some of your questions as required, as mandatory. You'll want some of them as questions that are optional. You'll also maybe want to be able to calculate exactly how much you want, or the customer wants to actually have. They might have a budget. They might want to click on the buttons, look at the end budget before putting that order in. You might want to have a calendar so that they can book an inquiry or discovery call with you. The catch-22 is, and this is the big one, this is a lot of information. I'd like to thank you, first of all, for taking the time to come through this video with me today. But secondly, I would like to say to you that building the form may be something you do not have time for, but something you actually need, and you need the support with the construction of it. You've seen that we've already created some videos on this. You may have seen the types of form you're interested in. You might have an idea of what you specifically need for your business. If you need to have a chat to really take that journey forward and say, okay, I need this information on my website, this might be the ideal opportunity for you. So may I suggest message me or call me and let's have a chat. We offer a free consultation, 10 or 15 minutes, and a more long term if we're looking at taking it on as a contracted arrangement with you. So without further ado, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope it's been of some use. My name is John Fairest, and I look forward to helping you develop your forms to meet your needs.